Good morning, everyone. Let me find more. Oh, sorry for the noise. Sorry. Here we go. Ooh, this t-shirt is really high up. There we go. Oh, yay, it's Monday. I did comb my hair this morning, but I have a cowlick right here. Here's a little wet. There we go. Let's do that. How is that? A little better? Good morning, everyone, and welcome. Welcome to Crochet Therapy. I'm Barbara, your host for this episode of Morning Coffee and Crochet. And I have my coffee here. And hey, it does feel like it's been forever. I have my coffee. I put a little creamer in it, so it's very hot. Yummy. Really good. Really good. And unfortunately, I have a t-shirt on today. Let me show you what my t-shirt says. My sister-in-law Tanya gave it to me. It says, "Don't let your heart be troubled." And trust in God. That's what it says. Trust in God. So that's what my shirt says. That's what my yeah, you were on time. Oh, it's forever since you've been on time. Yeah. Oh, I still wasn't on time, so it has been forever for me. Oh gosh, good golly. Today, Robin, we got our lateness. We were in sync with our lateness today. That's kind of cute. Sorry, I keep moving you. I'm gonna stop. I know that's annoying. Oh my goodness. So yeah, my sweet sister-in-law Tanya gave me this shirt yesterday, and it's really very comfortable, and it's made with some like really soft, stretchy, cottony feeling. But anyway, she gave it to me yesterday. I didn't know what it said, but I told her right away. I said, I'm going to wear it tomorrow. And then I saw what it said, and I'm like, oh, thank you. So that was really sweet of her to think of me and give me that shirt. So anyway, I'm a little out of breath and I'm still yawning. So I, woke up, saw what time it was. Well, my alarm goes off every 15 minutes, and I just kept hitting the "yeah, I see you, yeah, I see you, yeah, I see you" button. And then all of a sudden there was no more, and I thought, oh, wait, did I hit the last one? I better get up, get some coffee, hurry, let Rosie out, and say hello to my Dobby boy, who was at the door on the other side going, "Mama." He meows like a little child, so he was meowing, and then he would go, "Mama." So he says "Mama," so I had to give him some nubbins, and then rush back in here, open all the curtains so that I had a little bit of light, and anyway, excuse me. I know it's almost 8 o'clock and I should be wide awake, but I stayed up a little late last night watching football. And now tonight is the BCS championship game, which in America, that's the college football championship game. And I really prefer college football over professional, just simply because, they're college students. And anyway, good morning. You didn't get any snow. Oh, boy. Oh my goodness, Connie, do you think that that's a good thing or a bad thing? I don't know. We've been looking at the places that have gotten snow, and We're a little jelly over here, but it's been a little chilly here in Florida. Yesterday was nice and cold. It was in the 50s Fahrenheit, and then the day before it was a bone chilling cold. So it was like the cold that you just needed to wrap up and you know get warm. So hey, good morning, Kathy. Um, so I don't know if I said good morning to everybody. Good morning, Carla. Good morning, Robin. Good morning, Connie. Good morning, Kathy. And all those who, say good morning. I try to say good morning back to you. So happy Monday to everyone. This weekend has been, a, a productive weekend for me as far as crocheting goes. I learned how to make socks. I learned how to crochet socks. I followed a pattern. It was so funny because she had a written pattern. So I followed the written pattern, but then when it came to the heel, I thought, well, let me look at the tutorial. So I looked at the tutorial, and I've never seen a tutorial where the teacher or the person, presenting the tutorial said, and blah, 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 you just go on, and then here you go. And I was like, I just kind of chuckled, and my mom was in the room, she's listening. And I said, I've never heard a tutorial have blah, blah, blah in it before. It just made me laugh, it just made me laugh. So anyway, but I did the socks, and I measured them on my mom's feet. And so I got the length of the foot perfect. And I used my Hobby Lobby. I love this yarn. See this space right here? I used this one to make it. And a whole skein made 2 socks, and I had mom rolled up a ball of that for me, and it made about this size of a ball of yarn at the end. So I didn't weigh it, so I don't know how much it took, but it was probably about 4 ounces. Because it was a 5-ounce skein. Anytime you get, a variegated yarn with Hobby Lobby, it turns into a 5-ounce skein. Whereas if you go for like the solids, like these are, they're 7-ounce skeins. So anyway, so it was probably about 4 ounces for the 2 socks. And she wanted them short, but she didn't want them like right at her heel, because she was going to be wearing these at night to keep her feet warm. And also then, if she had to get up in the middle of the night, to use the restroom or whatever, then she would have the socks on her feet, and then, keep her feet warm on her way to, the restroom, and back in the middle of the night. So she wouldn't have to rewarm her feet, you know how that is. And so anyway, it worked. And she said, and they stayed on her feet. So that was a good thing. So we'll see how they wash up and how they work. But she was so funny because she tried them on, and they really did fit her like a glove. And I was kind of worried that they were a little too tight, but she said, no, they were perfect. And they weren't too tight, no holes were showing through. So it wasn't like they were stretched on her foot. They were just conformed to her little foot. And so that was a good thing. And she said, oh, good. Now I don't have to buy any more socks my whole life. You can make me my socks. I was like, okay, I will. So I wrote down the instructions for making her sock, like as far as like how many rows for the from the toe to the heel, because that can vary depending on the length of your foot, So I wrote down the specifics for her foot, and how high, I made it go up the leg. And so anyway, she really liked them, and I really liked them too. So they were fun to make. I made both of them in one day. They were not hard. The hardest part for me was, and this is kind of a funny, but on the heel part, because because you leave the space for the heel as you work the sock, and then you go back and do the heel last, and you just go around in a circle, and the way you do the decreases and everything, that brings the heel together. But you have to count, and if somebody's talking to you and you're halfway through a row, you forget where you were, or at least I do. So anyway, yeah, if anybody talks to you, then you're like, okay, yeah, that's good. That's good. Frog, 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 back to the beginning and start over. I mean, because you never get mad at the people around you because they're number one anyway. I mean, if you're making things for people, then people talk to you. Not that my mom was the one talking to me, because she wasn't. But you just frog it and go back. And it was just a little, it wasn't like I had to frog a whole row of anything. It was just a little circle. So anyway, it was kind of funny. Kind of funny. So it took me longer to do the heel on that last one. Oh, than it probably should have, but that's okay. I mean, it's my fault. I can't keep track of, where I am. So in the count, it's like squirrel, my memory goes over here. Or like Lori says, goldfish, blah, 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 3-second memory. So anyway, oh my goodness. And oh yeah. Oh, and Connie's freezing. Is anybody else freezing? I'm not freezing this morning. I feel really good. I was nice and snuggly in my bed, and my Rosie girl was at my feet. So anytime she would wiggle or move over, I would put my feet where she was. So I get nice and warm. So anyway, I have something to show you that I started last night. So, for those of you who saw my tutorial for this bag, which I still absolutely love. I love this bag. I can't even tell you enough how much I love this bag. And just the weight of the bag, this way, like if you're holding it this way, you can just feel how warm this would be and how solid this would be on you. And I don't know if I told you this, but my mom even asked me if I could make her like when I made her the socks, she said they were very warm, and could I make her a sock for her whole body so she could stay warm at night? I said, yes, I can. It's called a cocoon, and I can definitely make you one if you really want it. Oh, it's freezing there, Robin says. Oh my gosh. And Connie says it's freezing there too. And wow. So here's what you need then. So this is what I started last night. And this is my other bag that was the inspiration for the scrap yarn big bag. Let me see if I can get it out without causing a whole lot of ruckus. Let's see. So this is the beginning. Oh, there went my hook. This is the beginning of what I'm hoping will be one of the warmest blankets that we own. It's a scrap yarn blanket. And I'm hoping that, and I can tell you how I did it. You don't need a tutorial for it because it's so easy. I just used the 2 strands, just like I did with the scrap yarn big bag. I started chaining, and I'll show you. There's that. There's that. There's that. There's that. And over here. So this stretches out further than a sofa. I haven't laid it out on my king size bed yet, but I think it will go all the way across the top of my king size bed. So, hey, Gloria, it's good to see you. Good morning. And it's been freezing. Oh my gosh. It's freezing for a week. Oh, good afternoon there. That's right. That's right. It is around noontime there. And so this is my scrap yarn blanket. I folded it in half. So it's probably not quite as wide as a king size bed, but it's pretty close. So this will be good for, I'm thinking ahead. I'm thinking about now too, but I'm thinking ahead for when we do get to Tennessee, because you have your flat sheet. I'm old school, and I know that the millennials, they don't do a top sheet anymore, unless they're old school too. But millennials don't do top sheets anymore. I read that somewhere. And it's like not a thing for them. They don't care. I grew up with, the flat sheet or the fitted sheet, then the flat sheet, and you would sleep under the flat sheet. And it was, it was cool. It felt good. And then you would have your blankets on top of that, depending on the weather. But anyway, so my idea is that this big heavy blanket would go over the flat sheet, and then you could put your comforter or your, whatever other blanket you want on top, your quilt or whatever on top of that. And that way, this, you're not getting your toes caught in it, but it is going to add, a layer of warmth and protection between you and whatever. And that way, when we do get to Tennessee, it's going to be, it'll help keep us warm at night, so we won't have to, have a high heating bill, because we don't want to do that. We're going to be in the midst of semi-retiring, and so we want to be as frugal as we can. But anyway, I really like this, and I like the way the colors, just every time you change the colors, how they it changes the vibe of the blanket. It's really kind of cool. And so what I did here was I chained. I just got my hook out and I chained. And I'm going to keep that right. Let's see. Nope. I chained and until, there we go, until I felt like it was long enough. And I used my my L, see, that's upside down, my L 8mm Clover Moore hook that I just got in the mail last week. Actually, no, I didn't get this in the mail. I need more coffee. I got this at Hobby Lobby. This was one of the hooks that I got at Hobby Lobby. And so I used this hook for the blanket. The yarn on the blanket, it's my scrap yarn. So some of it is, this is scrap yarn. So I just sew together different colors, and I do 2 colors at one time. And so most of it is Hobby Lobby. I love this yarn, but it's just a 4-weight yarn of any color. And so this bottom here actually has the yarn that I used for my mom's sock, and it has a green. And so putting that together, this right here is the yarn that was for the sock and green, this right in here. And then I still had green. So this is kind of like a mango color, but it kind of, they change color when you put it together with something. So it almost looks like an orangey, pinky. And then up here, I had another variegated that was a purple and pink and and some white, and it had a mauve with it. And then up here is that salmon. It's a salmon color with the same variegated. So as you change like the second color, it just glides into another colorway. And so any soft 4-weight yarn that you want to use your scraps, use your balls of yarn, use your, I even used some, like this one. I think that this one is Red Heart Super Saver, and it's a cake. So that one. And then I have a gray that I'm ready to start with as soon as I use up this ball of yarn. So see, I'm just using my scraps, and I'm loving it. I'm using up my scraps. And so that way, oh, and my mom, remember my mom was balling up my yarn for me, and she does such a great job. She does such a great job. And so when I finished her socks, I had that skein of yarn. And then I found all of these other partial skeins that were just like real limp, ready to start tangling and everything, you know. And so I put them all in a bag for her. And because she offered, she said, you know, she loves to do that. It gives her something to do, and she loves to ball up the yarn. And so I gave her the bag yesterday morning, I think, or Saturday afternoon. And I said, here, this is for next week. You know, there's no hurry. There's no hurry. Nobody's, you know, waiting on it. And so whenever you get to it, that'll be fine. Well, she started doing it right away. And she had, you know, several balls of yarn. And so anyway, yesterday when I knew I was heading over to my mother-in-law's, and I know that, you know, after we eat, I like to sit and crochet. I thought, you know, I didn't want to do a project that I had to count anything. And right now, the projects that I'm working on, I'm having to count. And so there's a lot of counting going on around here. So I wanted to do something free and easy where there wasn't any counting, and where all I had to do was, hey, Lori, good to see you. Good morning. And it's not a design. It's just scraps. And so that's what's so fun about this, because when it comes out, it looks like art. And so I'm just have a new passion for scrap yarn projects. I really do. I really do. I'm like just really loving it. Yeah, everybody says good morning, Lori. It's so good to see you this morning. I'm so glad you're on. And I sure hope things are okay in your world. And so anyway, yeah, so all I did was I alternated. I did a chain as big as I thought, you know, and I was at my mother-in-law, so I just kind of made it as big as the couch, the sofa that we were sitting on, and kind of estimated, yeah, that's, you know, at least it'll fit. I knew it would definitely fit a queen size bed. So, you know, that's kind of what I was aiming for, although a king would be fine too. And because that would just mean it would, you know, hang down over the sides a little bit more, which is fine. And my goal was to just get a nice warm blanket for us to use. I'm also going to, because now I'm like, oh, I love this. I'm going to make some for the sofa, you know, like some lap blankets for while you're watching TV. Ah, welcome to your world of art. It all comes together. Yes, it does. And so Lori, did you see? I don't know if you saw my scrap blanket. You came on a little late. So then I just alternated rows, single crochet and half double crochet. single crochet, and half double crochet. I alternated whole rows. I didn't alternate the stitch, although that would be really cool too. I might try that next time, but then you have to count your beginning chain and make sure you have it even, or maybe you don't care. I don't know. And so anyway, I did like one whole row of half double crochet, and then the next row I did single crochet, and then I did a whole row of half double crochet, and then I did a whole row of single crochet. And that way, in my mind, I wanted to, doing the single crochet would make it a tighter, thicker, warmer blanket. It would make it a little bit tight, but I didn't want it to be I didn't want it to feel like a rug. I didn't want it to have that rug feeling. I wanted it to have a really heavy blanket feeling. So that's why I went one step up from the single crochet in US terms up to the half double crochet, which in UK terms, I believe is a half treble crochet, and a double crochet in UK terms. So I really, really am loving this. And it's just, it's something you can just sit and you just kind of whip through. Using this size hook also makes it a lot more relaxed than the big bag. Now, the big bag, I really like it because it feels like a carpet bag and it's very sturdy, very sturdy. So even the half double crochet is very sturdy on this, which is why I went up a hook size on the blanket. So I didn't get that, heavy feeling, although some people might like that with their blankets. But anyway, I need a little bit more coffee. The other thing I've been working on this weekend are all of the squares for, hey, Bob. Well, Bob, they have some flowers and some leaves. No, they don't. Oh, that's funny. You're so funny. My theory is that if you jump in the water with those, they're going to get so heavy. You better have those tied real tight to your waist. That's all I got to say. Because you may be more, George of the Jungle than you intended. Oh my goodness. So Bob wanted to know how his shorts were coming along, and Bob is Lori's husband. And so Gloria. Yeah. So anyway, Gloria says, off they'll come. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, Bob, they're coming along. They're not quite ready. Oh, you're funny. Oh my gosh. Thanks for the laugh. Oh, what a weekend. So, Lori said she'll be camera ready. Oh my gosh. I don't know if the world's ready for that, Lori. So anyway, oh my goodness. So how was everybody's weekend? Did you have fun? Did you do anything productive? I am very water woo, not a safe combo. That's what Gloria says. That's funny. Did you do anything productive? Did you do anything fun? When we went to my mother-in-law's yesterday, we had Chinese food and Chinese takeout. And so I tried the Chinese, spare ribs, the boneless spare ribs. And man, I love that. Oh, it was so good. Just the pork, and it's almost like a smoked, and I just love it. I don't even know what kind of flavor it had on it, but it was just delicious. So Lori made the socks and she used half double crochet. That's good. I like half double crochet because it's, yeah. And mom's socks were made with half double crochet too. The toe was a single crochet, and then the body of the sock was a half double crochet, and then the heel was also a single crochet. So it was quick. I really liked it. I did. I'm going to make some for myself too, so that'll be fun. And Lori, your socks were really gorgeous. And you said the brand of yarn that you did, or that you used for your socks. Otherwise, I would have sworn that they were the same colorway as the socks that I made for mom, because they were very similar colorway. So I approve. They were really, really pretty. They were so pretty. So guys, if you want to see the socks that we made this weekend and other projects that other people, have made, go ahead and go to the Facebook page for Crochet Therapy, and the link is down below. Go on there, go to the Facebook page, click the link. Be sure to answer the questions, because if you don't answer the questions, if I don't know you personally, I decline the membership, because I don't know if it's a bot or not. And obviously we don't want bots, and we don't want, we don't want anything that's not a real human being who crochets in our group, because we want to keep it, inclusive of someone, or, and if you don't crochet, but you want to learn how to crochet, that's fine. If you haven't crocheted for, ever, if you've only crocheted, if you're just now learning, that's okay. It's not that, we're looking for experienced crocheters or anything, but just answer the questions so that I know that you're a human being, and that, so anyway, but most everybody gets approved, and pretty quickly, I hope. I don't get the notifications as soon as I used to, because I am doing my best to slow down my my social media. I guess presence is what what you would call it. So 2021 is off to a really, I don't even know the word for it. But anyway, welcome to 2021. And yes, Lori, they were your first socks, and I think you did a great job. I really do. So if you want to see the pictures of the socks and everything else, go on and join our Facebook page, and you can see pictures of what everybody's working on, because it inspires us. One of our members, she went on and she posted that, she was working on socks and everything, and posted the link, and it got a few of us on board making socks. So become a family member. Moving, I've been helping sew on my hook a flower or two. I will. Oh, good. You've been making flowers. That's wonderful. Do you know, I've seen some people who have made pure artwork with crochet and making flowers. Those, I am just in awe, because the detail on some of them are just so amazing. And then on the ones that are like more relaxed and they're just so joyful, I love those. Oh my goodness. I love flowers, crochet flowers. They're always so pretty. And sometimes I get a little confused with the instructions on the flowers, because, flowers can be quite intricate, and you have to, do this here and then do this here, go in through the front loop, go in through the back loop, do this, and just to make it all come out the right way. So I had that issue with one of the squares that I was practicing, and I kept going back to that, and I didn't realize, but like Saturday, I picked up my instruction book, and I was working on a square, and I thought, oh, have I done this one before? I don't know. I don't think so. So I tried it again, and with, different yarn, and I got this same like scrunched look, and I was like, oh, I really think I've done this before, because this feels familiar. And then yesterday I was going through my box, my little plastic tote thing that has the handle where I have all that, and down in the bottom was that exact same square in a different color. And I was like, oh yeah. So anyway, I kept persevering and kept reading it and letting it sink in. And it was saying, go through the front. Well, it meant to truly go through the front and stay in the front. Don't wrap it around the whole thing. And then when you truly go in the front, and plus I was studying the picture and I'm like, what they're doing is not coming out to what I'm seeing. And I finally got it. And oh, Gloria, I'm sure that it's going to be just beautiful. But yeah, those flowers, I mean, they really test us, don't they? They test our brain power for sure. So anyway, I finally got that square. So that's the thing. Don't give up. I mean, yes, it can be challenging. It can be discouraging. But just, if you have a photo, study the photo. I mean, the one, it had a double treble crochet in each corner. And when I was doing it originally, the first way I was doing it, I wasn't getting the crochet part. I was getting the strands and then crochet up here. And so I kept telling myself, that doesn't look like the picture. You're not doing it right. Read it again, read it again, read it again. And so, yeah, it can be tricky when you're unable to get the patterns down, because even me, an experienced crocheter who can read patterns, it takes me a while sometimes when they get super tricky. And sometimes I just have to make myself read it again, read it again, try it again. There's something you're not getting. It's not, clicking. So, yeah. And so I got it though. And then when you finally get it, you're like, bah! So I'm going to show you this square. This is going to be one of our monthly crochet along squares. And I'm going to show you exactly where to put your hook and how to do that one tricky part so that you don't have the challenge that I had, and so that you can be successful right from the start. So this stitch pattern is beautiful. Oh, Lori, you're so sweet. She said, now I just watch Barbara because she has a hard time with the sink, just letting it sink in. So she has a hard time with the sink. So she pulls the plug and then she makes it up. And now she just watches me. Yeah. And Gloria says she frogs it and then she cracks on, but it takes up a lot of time. It really does. It really does. And I never thought that I would have the patience to figure that out, because every now and then, I'm like, shove it to the side. And actually, no, this wasn't the one that I shoved to the side. There was another stitch that I wasn't getting. So a while back, and I just had to like close the page on that one because I had tried it like 10 times, still wasn't getting it. So I might have to just go back and, try again. You never know. You just never know. So anyway, I need some more coffee. Good stuff. Good stuff. I could just yes, Robin, you love the challenge. You and my mom are very similar. And that's why when I have a big, a big ball of, or a big pile of, messy yarn that I can't find the end of or whatever, or I need it, rolled up because it's just a mess. My mom loves that challenge too. And she will work and work and work until she gets that right. Oh, Bob, you're telling secrets now. Bob, those are called pods, and those pods have a purpose. So you have always been very similar. Yes, you have. And my mom will just keep on going. So Lori, those are called pods, right, Lori? And so they have a purpose. Oh my gosh. So, I'm just really tired, really tired. And so anyway, guys, if it weren't for our crochet Facebook groups, I probably would have shut down my Facebook a while ago. Just simply, um, it's just so crazy. Gloria has 3 lovely projects she realized she can't do. Oh, until you get the skills. Oh, well, Gloria, just set them aside. They're called pods. They're waiting, and or whips, or set them aside, and give it a little time, and then revisit it, and maybe it'll come to you. Um, that's what I have to do too. That's what I have to do. So I am needing to get some whips done. I am so needing to get some whips done. So anyway, I love my blanket, and it has a purpose. And I'm loving the colorways, the way it's working up. It's just very artsy, and it's very pleasing. It's very pleasing because people look at it and they want to know, well, how did you do that? How did you get the colors to do that? I don't, and it's just so pretty. So anyway, yes, Gloria, you got this. You got this. So, well, we're going on a quarter of an hour, and so I hope that everybody is going to have a good Monday. I don't have any motivation for you today. I thank you, Robin. And once you get your collection of yarn going and you finish some projects, and you probably have some scrap yarn already, right? And oh, it's very pleasing to the eye. Oh, okay. I don't know what that quite means, but the stitches are very pleasing to the eye, definitely. And so anyway, I hope I don't have any motivation for you. I was going to say, I spent the weekend just kind of therapeutically crocheting, and so anyway, yeah. So finally got to see my mother-in-law and my sister-in-law and brother-in-law. So after weeks and weeks of them being quarantined, and they're safe now. So they're safe uh, for visits now, and so that was really fun. It was much needed visits. So anyway, I hope that you have a great Monday and stay safe, be kind, and get hooking. And everybody, check out the Facebook page, subscribe if you haven't already, and oh, thank you, Gloria. You're so sweet. Hey, Knitting Turnpike. Good morning. I hope that you have a great Monday. And I'm going to keep cracking on my blanket. I've got my grandson's blanket that I have to finish. I did not finish it before Christmas, so his birthday's coming up. You know how that feels. So anyway, bye, everybody, and I hope that you have a great day.